as the trade deadline comes and goes, we make one final move on July 31st, picking up Jared Parker and JD Martinez from the Oakland Athletics for Matt Barnes and Anthony Ronaldo. And we also actually make one other move. This got proposed to us as Antonio Bastardo. It's been a good lefty reliever for us out of the pen, but we're getting a B potential catcher in Anthony Wood, and then two A potential pitchers, one of which is already a 71 overall, Kevin Padilla, 23 years old, and then this one who looks like more of a project, probably not great a chance of working out, Ben Schroeder, 22 years old and is only a 50 overall. But anyway, I thought getting that kind of value for Antonio Bastardo, I did that deal without second guessing, without any second thoughts, anything like that. So I call up Tommy Malone. He's going to replace that second lefty in the pen that we lost with Bastardo. Andrew Miller likely takes a lot of Bastardo's innings, but I have total confidence in Andrew Miller. I don't think it's going to be much of a downgrade, and it is a little bit weird for a contending team to make a deal like that, but I got blown away with that package for a left-handed reliever that had to do that. 10 out of 10. So anyway, we're taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I'll talk about the Jared Parker deal here a little bit. I was struggling a little bit to kind of look at our team, or look at this Red Sox team, because I oftentimes play with the team a lot differently than the way the team plays when I use them is a lot different than the way the team plays when I simulate the games with them. Oftentimes when we simulate, a lot of 10 to 8 games, 9 to 7, the pitching kind of struggles and the hitters sort of have their way, whereas when I play, if you guys watch the videos, the last 5 episodes, it's been a lot of pitchers duels, a lot of 3-2, 4-2, 5-4 games like that, not a lot of high scoring games. So it's a little bit weird, so I sort of just try to step back and purely look at the team on paper and think, where could we get better? And I am going to ride it out with Swihart and Betts and Cicchini, and then when Napoli gets healthy, and I think I have some good insurance options for those guys, because I didn't show it, but along with Robinson Cruz, a guy signed in the offseason, I also have Jose Santana as a 66 overall right fielder who's B potential, but his contact ratings are up in the 80s right now, and that means I think he's ready to come in and hit right away. So although we got JD Martinez, I think what the likely scenario is later in the year, Santana actually comes up and takes JD Martinez's spot on the roster right now, and Martinez takes Scott Van Slyke's spot for now. Van Slyke was just not good for us. He didn't get it done. And I decided JD Martinez was raking in AAA, and the A's were willing to just throw him into the deal, that I would take him, no problem. And he's going to get some, spot playing time. He's a right-handed bat off the bench. Like I said, he's likely replaced by Jose Santana long-term, or maybe they both get on the postseason roster if we decide not to keep, like, Joe Kelly or something as an extra arm out of the pen. But anyway, and I think that's probably a more likely scenario now that I think about it. But either way, so I have him and I have Robinson Cruz, two high-contact utility guys who I think can come in and be, good options if Cicchini and Betts fail. And then also with Napoli back, Zobrist is going to take one of those guys' full-time playing spots. So we'll have, either Zobrist at third, or maybe Zobrist in left and Cespedes in center, and then Betts or Cicchini off the bench or whatever. I'm going to ride it out with Swihart. He's had the best year out of the 3 despite being the lowest overall. I also play the best with him. I always go the other way with Swihart. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he's slashing something like 280, 350, 450, which is just fantastic for a rookie. So we'll take that 10 out of 10 from him, and he's been playing solid defense behind the plate. But getting Jared Parker, like I said, I sort of tried to take a step back and look at the team from, sort of an on-paper standpoint, not looking at it, from any biased perspective of me playing with them well or playing with certain players well. And I just thought, well, if you're 3-4 in the postseason as Clay Buchholz and Joe Kelly, I don't feel great about winning a postseason series with that, despite having Hamels and Lester at the top. So I sort of decided, well, let me go look at starters. I have all these pitching prospects that likely aren't really ever going to crack this rotation because I just locked up Buchholz. I have Lester and Hamels long-term. Kelly, is maybe a bridge guy, and, maybe we can have a 4 or 5 of some young guys long-term, but, Owens hadn't gotten it done, and Ronaldo came up and also had really struggled. Barnes sort of felt like he was the odd man out in that whole thing, and my goal in acquiring a pitcher was to keep Henry Owens because I just think he has a higher ceiling than Ronaldo and Barnes. I didn't mind giving up Barnes. I would have given up a guy like Webster or any of our other lower guys, like Zach Lee or Tom Windle, the guys we got from the Dodgers. So I could have done that, but I just decided Ronaldo and Barnes is what it took to get Jared Parker, who's a very good young pitcher. He's under team control for another couple of years, and he's going to turn into that solid number 3 or number 4 depending on how he pitches down the stretch. And I think if you go into a postseason with your rotation as Lester, Hamels, Buchholz, and Parker, I think you're pretty set. I think that's a pretty good rotation combined with this, I wouldn't say star-studded offense, but we have a lot of big names. We have a lot of guys who hit the ball well, and I just think that the way we went about this deadline, we got a bat and a pitcher, and sort of just made our team a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit better overall. And I know a lot of people, or a couple people had said, well, you know, you sort of just did all the moves that the Red Sox might do in real life, and you know, this team isn't really your own. Well, I guess added a bit of my own touch to it with Zobrist and Parker, so you can say that much, I suppose. And yes, I'm gonna change Alan Craig's number. I swear to God I'm gonna do it. I always forget. I always like his first plate appearance, like top of the first. It comes up, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to change his number again. But anyway, we'll get right into this gameplay. It's been a pretty eventful game so far. I think the score is 2-1 at this point. The Pirates are on top. Our only run came off of a sac fly from Alan Craig. Yep, bottom of the fourth, Russell Martin up, and after the runner gets to third on the pass ball, Martin shoots that one back up the middle for a base hit, and the run does come home, so the Pirates extend their lead now 3-1. Parker struggling a little bit with his command. I think they're just, I mean, I don't think Parker's pitched all too poorly yet. But he gets Jameson Tyon to fly out here to center. Betts is there, and Betts has really struggled in center field today on the triple that someone got earlier. I don't remember who. It was a very bad play, but yeah, Betts really misread it and then overran it and led to a triple. But JD Martinez shooting that one the other way. He's going to be held to a single here after a nice play off the wall by the right fielder. And this is a Pirates team that has really gone out and spent some money and made some solid additions. You'll notice Eric Ibar. They have Joe Mauer on this team. So it's a team that's gone out and just spent some money and gotten a little bit better. I think they also might have like Tim Lincecum or something. So they're 61-55 entering this game, and I think they're a team that could definitely compete in this NL considering their roster. But anyway, with 2 men on and 2 men now, Pedroia flies out. That was Jared Parker picking up a base hit actually in the last at bat, but Pedroia flies out to center. McCutchen there, and of course this team is you know, pretty much led by their 3 outfielders, and Starling Marte, Andrew McCutchen, and Gregory Polanco, which could be one of the best outfields in baseball very soon in real life. But here Ben Zobrist reaches on an error. Next batter is going to be Alan Craig, the 2-2 count. Zobrist going on the pitch, and he got such a bad jump that I sort of intentionally swung at that bad ball, tried to foul it off, and just compounded the issue by basically popping up into a double play. And there's me running into outs again, something I seem to always do in these videos, and so I've always done in this game. I just always run into outs, and I think it's because, especially this year, you know, I have not played well with my offense, and I'm sort of trying to squeeze out every run I can get, and because of that, I end up running into more outs than I sort of create with my aggressive play style. So maybe it's like I'm going to have to tone back a little bit, but Tyon would get through 7 strong so far after Swihart ends up grounding out there to Ibar. So we're into the bottom of the 7th, 3-1, still the score. First pitch of the inning to Eric Ibar, and Ibar is going to shoot this one to the left center field gap. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Betts trying to get over to it quickly. Ibar with plenty of speed on the base paths, but a good job by Betts to hold him to 2 there. So it's a leadoff double for the former Los Angeles Angel, Eric Ibar. Now the next batter is Russell Martin, the 0-2 count to Russell. And Martin goes down swinging on that changeup. That is Jared Parker's best pitch. His changeup is absolutely filthy. It's a strikeout pitch. It's what makes him so effective at getting guys out. Now Jameson Tyon's up next, 2-2 the count. And again the changeup. This time it just freezes Tyon, and that is going to be, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, but I could be wrong. 2 away now for Starling Marte, the 1-1 count. Marte is going to sort of fly this one or pop this one, and Pedroia just lets it bounce off of him, and that was pretty frustrating there. I was surprised Pedroia didn't even try to get his glove up. But Joe Mauer up next, the 0-1 count, and Mauer's going to fly one to deep center field. Betts tracking. He's going to make this catch just on the warning track right there, so Parker gets out of it. He would be done after 7, only allowing 3 runs, I think 9 hits. Wasn't too bad, it wasn't great, but with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, Pedroia grounds one back to the pitcher Tyon. He's going to make the easy throw to first, or not. He throws it right over the head of Joe Mauer, and Pedroia's going to get the second on the play. That'll bring the tying run up. Ben Zobrist 1-0, the count to Ben, but Zobrist, again, just hack, and that was the thing with today's game. I thought we really just swung away. We weren't disciplined at all. We didn't show plate discipline. We didn't, you know, try to work counts at all, and Tyon would be done after 8, but he only threw 80-something pitches, and that's something I need to work on. As you can see, Giancarlo Stanton with an incredible catch right there. Just watch the replay, but I thought that was pretty cool. He tumbled over. But yeah, I just thought, you know, we hack today, and didn't work any counts, didn't show patience, which has sort of been a common theme throughout many past Red Sox teams over the past 10-15 years, is grinding out at-bats, working walks, getting on base any way you can. And that's something we haven't done very well with this team, so it's something I'm going to work on as the year goes on. But 2 outs in the 9th here, David Robertson on to close it out, and he does just that, inducing the flyout from Xander Bogaerts. And that is going to wrap up the game, so we pick up another loss. And I think someone else in the comments had said that I've been showing too many losses. I don't usually play multiple games. The only games I usually play are the ones that I post. Because I try to get a video up like every other day. And like I said, I work for most of the summer, so don't have time to be playing like 2 or 3 games a day and just picking the best ones. But yeah, I apologize if there's too many losses. I guess it's more authentic that way. I'm really just showing, you know, the only times I play with this team, instead of just sort of picking and choosing which parts I show, which I think can lead to less quality videos. But anyway, that's my opinion. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy. This is going to do it for episode 31. I'm going to have, I think, only one more regular season episode before we get into, hopefully, the playoffs. We have like a 6-game division lead right now, so I'm not too worried about missing the playoffs, but if that race heats up, I will certainly start sort of focusing a little bit more on that. But anyway, it's going to do. Thanks for watching. Hope you did enjoy. I'm out. Peace.